Borderlands 4 has officially revealed all of their Vault Hunters. We now know just about everything about each one of them, and these are some of the coolest ones that we've seen yet. But the big question for all of us isn't just who's the strongest, who's the coolest, but who fits your playstyle. So today we're breaking down a high overview of Amon, Harlowe, Rafa, and Vex. We're talking their skills, strengths, and the kind of players that they're built for. So by the end, you'll know exactly which one is calling your name. Let's get things kicked off with Amon, the Forgeknight. So if you love being a wall between your squad and then all of the chaos of Borderlands 4, this guy is your dream pick. So Amon's action skills are all about mixing tanking and explosive melee damage. With Crucible, he hurls a twin axe, dealing cryo damage on the way out and incendiary damage on the way back in, literally priming enemies to detonate when they drop. Scourge lets him raise a shield that soaks up incoming damage, giving him damage reduction, but then also allowing you to unleash a freezing shockwave once it's charged, locking enemies in place and setting up some really cool combos with your friends. And if you just want pure aggression, Onslaughter turns him into this rocket-powered brawler with a devastating punch. What ties it all together is his unique trait, Forge Skill. Depending on what action skill you're using, you get a bonus move, like Firewall, a barrier that buffs allies' shots, or Molten Slam, which crushes anything nearby under molten fire damage. So the overall vibe here with Amon is for players who want to be loud, tanky, and incredibly hard to ignore. You're not hiding in cover, you are the cover. Next up is Harlowe the Gravitar. She is a battlefield scientist who turns physics itself into a weapon. And if you love gadgets and setups, this is 100% your Vault Hunter. This is the one I'm leaning. I'm sort of torn between Harlowe and Vex. I've always played a Siren, but Harlowe is really kind of pulling me over. So her action skills focus on manipulating enemies and space itself, to be honest. You have Chroma Accelerator. This skill fires an energy orb that chills everything in its path before detonating into a burst of radiation. You have another one called Zero Point that drops a stasis bubble that suspends enemies helplessly in midair, letting you just kind of pot shot them out of the sky. And then when it collapses, they slam down to the ground. So whoever's left over up there is going to come crashing down and gravity is going to turn back on. Don't worry. And then there's the Flux Generator, which deals cryo damage over time while also shielding allies in its radius. Now, her trait is called Entanglement, and this adds even more kind of chaos to everything, and this is what really pulled me into Harlowe originally. So enemies hit by her skills get linked together, and then they begin sharing damage across the whole group. So if you shoot one, you're actually hurting everything. Incredibly powerful for ad clear. This is the type of playstyle I really like, so this is what kind of, like I said, originally pulled me in. So if Amon's vibe is Unstoppable Juggernaut, Harlowe's vibe is Battlefield Controller. She rewards careful placement, timing, and just a little bit of mad scientist energy and just a little bit of experimentation. So if you're somebody who falls into that category, this is definitely the character for you. Next, we have Rafa the Exo-Soldier. This is one that I've heard a lot about from many other players, people that I work with, people that I game with. Everyone really seems to like Rafa. So he's an ex-TDR trooper who stole his own prototype suit. And if you're the kind of player who just can't pick one playstyle, this guy was made for you. So Rafa's kit is all about flexibility. You have arc knives. This equips dual energy blades, letting you go full kind of hack and slash mode before sending out like a whirlwind. If you want firepower, you have the Peacebreaker cannons to light up the battlefield with shoulder-mounted barrages, and with upgrades, you can even convert this into an auto turret. So for those of you Roland mains back in the day, you're going to have an auto turret back. Finally, you have the Apophis Lance. This turns his arm into a plasma cannon with multiple charge levels for pinpoint destruction, allowing you to deal maximum carnage. Now his trait, Overdrive, keeps the aggression rolling. You're kind of seeing a theme here through Borderlands 4. It seems aggression is something that they want every character to have, which is very, very Borderlands. So as long as any action skill is active, Rafa gains movement speed and also damage buffs. So the more that you keep things up, the more damage and more speed you're going to gain, and the more unstoppable he's going to feel. So Rafa is the Swiss Army knife of Borderlands 4. He's not the tankiest, not the flashiest, but if you like having an answer to every situation and you absolutely crave flexibility, Rafa is 100% your pick. And finally, we have the character that typically always gets the spotlight in Borderlands, the Siren. Meet Vex, the first Siren to actually focus and incorporate kinetic power into her kit rather than just pure elemental magic. In the past, it always seemed to be we're focusing on fire or ice or something elemental, but this time around, we're focusing more on kinetic energy. So she's equal parts necromancer and ranger. And she also comes with a spectral companion named Trouble. It's like this nine tails tiger thing. Looks fantastic. And again, sirens are my jam, so Vex is really kind of pulling me towards that side as well. This is why it's so hard. I'm very split. So Vex's big mechanic is called attunement. So instead of locking into one element, she swaps between whatever element her weapon is. So if you have a kinetic weapon, you gain lifesteal. A corrosive weapon, you get splash damage, radiation, incendiary, shock, cryo, etc. As you use these different weapons, you're going to get different elemental effects, and all of your skills are going to pick up that element as well. And then each attunement adds lasting effects, letting her kind of adapt mid-fight, mix and match. Then on top of that, she also specializes in minion summons and kill skills that chain buffs across fights, things like cooldown resets. You have, like I mentioned, lifesteal, so you get heals there, you can stack crit damage. It makes her a very, very strong snowball type character where it takes a minute to get her rolling and build up some combos, but once she does, she can deal some incredible damage. So if you love being flashy, if you like summons, minions, if you like kind of the whole Siren playstyle where you're this sort of like cosmic caster, Vex is hands down your match. Just be ready, because I think she's going to be one that's going to require a lot of cooldown and maintenance, a little bit more micromanagement to kind of make sure you get the most out of her. But if you do, I feel like she's going to top the charts. So if you're somebody who plays in a group, you're probably wondering, how do all four of these fit together? Well, Amon holds the front line and keeps enemies busy. Harlowe manipulates the battlefield, weakening, locking down groups, putting them in the sky, slamming them to the ground. Rafa flexes between damage, melee, and support depending on what's needed. And Vex overwhelms the field with lifesteal, minions, elemental chaos, all of it. So together, this is one of the most interesting and I would imagine most balanced Borderlands lineups yet. Solo players might find Amon and Rafa more forgiving, while Harlowe and Vex will truly shine in co-op with teammates who can back them up and help kind of support and set them up for some big damage. So for me, if I had to break these down for you guys, if you're somebody new to the series or you're new to Borderlands, Amon's straightforward durability makes him a great starter. I would look at him. If you are somebody who is flexible and you want to be able to switch and kind of dip your toe in different play styles, Rafa's probably your guy. If you're a thinker who likes setting things up, like traps, like combos, those type of things, Harlowe's gadgets are going to be your playground. You want to make sure to explore those. And if you want a high skill ceiling and crazy combos with a little bit more management, I think Vex will keep you hooked and be just enough for you to explore and figure out how to play. So I want to know from you guys, which Vault Hunter fits your playstyle? Drop your pick in the comments. And also, I want to know, who's your least favorite? Which one were you like, you saw it and you're like, oh God, that is not me whatsoever. I want to know which one's going to like divide the community. For me, mine, I don't really like him, is Amon. For me, he didn't fit. He didn't really go with my playstyle, but I like his visuals. I like his kit. It just didn't really work for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want more Borderlands 4 content, please feel free to like and subscribe. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Vulkan, and I'll talk to you guys next time.